In Pokemon Legends Z to A, I think that's how you would say it, Z to A, ZA, well, the newest Legends game that's coming in 2025, one of the big questions for this game is how close it's going to be to Legends Arceus. And more specifically, if it's going to copy the trend that Arceus did of taking starters from other regions or giving them also a new final evolution. In Hisui, we had starters from Unova with Oshawott, we had a starter from Johto with Cyndaquil, and we had a starter from Alola, and that being Rowlet. Those Pokemon were the starters in the game, and then they also got a new evolution, and that was pretty stunning and really cool. And now that we have another Legends game in the works, the question becomes, are we going to have the same deal happening? And if so, who could possibly be the new Pokemon? And who could be the new, final evolutions? What could they look like? And what 3 starters might we have? There's been a lot of speculation and talk already, and I think there's been a lot of popular opinions in the sphere, and that's what we can talk about now, and that's kind of what I'm drawing as well. So let's narrow things down. Basically, if we look at Kanto has been taken care of. All those Pokemon have had special treatment and whatnot, let's say. Hoenn has also had their special treatment with getting Megas. And we have, of course, Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and Rowlet, who got their attention in the Arceus game in Hisui. That leaves a good handful of starters and whatnot. And I remember seeing this image is in French because it was shared by my French people, which I'm so gracious of. But no, so we've got that. We have some ideas going around. I'm following one idea, let's say, regarding the starters and whatnot, of what the final evolutions could be based on. Because I think there's a lot of different ideas that could be made into the actual designs or final ideas if this happens. But I think this was a good starting place, and I think they're great ideas. First off, being Serperior getting some attention would be really great. So, getting help from the community, we also got the some images from back at the trailer that Nintendo sent out. They featured starter Pokemon, and they showed off 3 in particular that could potentially have new evolutions in the game. We have Cyndaquil with Torchic, Oshawott with Piplup, and Rowlet with Snivy. And if that could be any indication of it, I think that could be a little Easter egg. It could also be nothing, but that's something. And there are ties with all 3 of them. I got to work drawing some designs based on that. So, first off, we have Serperior, who would be a good choice. I think I never looked at the manga based on Marie Antoinette. Didn't know it existed until now, but I think it looks very funny, and I think the idea of having Serperior close to that would also be kind of funny. But I can see some kind of, French royalty mixed into a design. I kind of tried to do that with the green parts, as well as the, yellowish bits being similar to the hair in some strange way. I'm not sure. I tried to make kind of a ruffled collar around, and the symbol, the fleur symbol, as well, featured prominently on this green snake. As well as, it'd be cool to I'd like to see some more bands or something around it that would kind of be taken from popular uniforms and stuff of French officials, and even from manga and all that. But I think that would be really cool. I really like keeping the colors and whatnot. One thing that the Hisui starters were that I noticed was that they weren't super different. I don't think Hisui and Samurott, that's when I remember distinctly being like, oh, okay, it's not different at all, really. No, there are differences, of course, but it isn't insane. Mega evolution, that's different. If you look at Swampert, and then you look at Mega Swampert, and he got kind of blown up like a balloon or something. Like, crazy difference. But, like, Rowlet, you know, we get Decidueye, different Decidueye. They are different, but they still have that essence, of course. And so, I imagine if we did have new evolutions, it would be the same deal. With Empoleon, I never knew that Empoleon had, like, Napoleon part of it. And initially, my gut reaction was to be like, check the other languages that the name's in. And sure enough, that is also the influence in all the different names, including the Japanese name, falling from Bonaparte and whatnot. And so that's pretty cool. I would love to see an Empoleon who would look more steel type-ish. I would like, you know, when I type in Napoleon, I had gotten this iconic image, and I just pulled straight from that iconic image. These are just quick sketches, where we have, instead of the big trident on top of, like on the face of Empoleon, we have a new beak trident thing, but not a trident, it's like a reef thing. I need to figure out the actual word for it. I apologize. But yeah, we have that circling. I like the circle shape, and then definitely a circled head, kind of like reminds me of Piplup again. But it ties into the beak. And then we have this collar, of course, being spiked out. Like I said, I would like the steel typing to be more prominent. But of course, if we got new evolutions, we would most likely be getting different typing for these guys. So these would be changed a bit. But I wasn't sure about typing to go with right now. I just want to mess around with their designs. So, an Empoleon here, looking like Napoleon. I think it would be cool to have more blade penguin hands, and I just really liked doing that, and it was very fast. The last of it is being Incineroar. Incineroar I actually chose not because it would make the most sense, because it's one I want to kind of see, and I'm trying to stretch it to make it make sense, okay? I think that, you know, Infernape would be cool, but if we had Empoleon already, then maybe not another of that gen. Same dealio for Tepig, of course. If we had Serperior, we would likely not have another Pokemon in that same gen within this. My goodness. But yeah, I think it'd be funny to see Incineroar more like a lion again. And the lion mane, let's say, the big ruffle around, maybe it doesn't, well, yeah, it maybe doesn't look like it, but I kind of was drawing from the big ruffled collars of French aristocrats and English ones and, you know, stuff like that, European stuff that you would see. And then also, I mean, royals had a lot of zoos and foreign animals that they love to keep. Incineroar could be that, and it could be an excuse to put that guy on all fours. Listen, we want to see it. I want to see it. A lot of people do. A lot of people just want a cat starter that's not on two legs. Please give it to us. But yeah, it's great. I think those are great ideas thus far, but there's certainly more to go around. And I love seeing what other people think up, and I love being able to kind of quickly sketch or try out different designs too. It's a fun little exercise to do. So I recommend you do it too, and I'd love to see your own stuff. If you ever do make some art and you want me to see it, tag me on Twitter or something, or, you know, show me, and I'd be happy to see it, because I think that's great. But otherwise, I really appreciate you viewing the video and sticking around. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and then subscribe if you want to see more content in the future. Maybe we'll talk about the Mega Evolution possibilities next or something, but I appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts and your speculations on the starters, if this would happen, if you would like to see it happen, all that. Right now, we're in the very early stages of, you know, speculation for the game, and I think it's going to be a really fun ride. So, thanks again, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye!